and in this module we are going to discuss the vitamins. This is an introductory lecture to vitamins. In the next lectures we'll deal with each vitamin in detail. So now let's see what the vitamins are actually. So the definition of vitamins is as the organic compounds that are required in minute quantity and essential in diet. So they are the organic compounds, they are required in minute quantities and they are essential in the diet. They are nutritionally important. So when we say they are nutritionally important, we need a certain amount of vitamins in our diet. And when we don't consume that certain amount, it causes deficiency in our body. Now that deficiency causes some diseases, and to correct those deficiencies and diseases, we need to take vitamins. So they are used to correct those deficiencies. The high doses also leads to toxicity. So there is some balanced amount of vitamin that we are bound to take. If we take in excess, it causes toxicity. If we don't take it in adequate amount, it causes several deficiencies and diseases. So we need to take a right amount of vitamin in our diet. Now vitamins are of two types, fat soluble and water soluble. Fat soluble vitamins are A, D, E, K. The water soluble vitamins are B complex and C. Now let's see how the fat soluble and water soluble vitamins are different from each other. So when we talk of the characters and fat soluble, water soluble, now we know the name suggests fat soluble, that is they're soluble in fat. Water soluble, that means they're soluble in water. Now let's see how the absorption take place. Now when we talk of fat soluble, the absorption of fat soluble molecules or vitamins, they are absorbed along with the lipids in the form of chylomicrons, and they require bile salts and pancreatic enzymes to do so. Whereas when we see about the water soluble vitamins, the absorption is very simple, but the exception is vitamin B12. The absorption of B12 is not very simple. Carrier proteins are present in the fat soluble vitamins and absent in the water soluble, but again vitamin B12 is an exception. Storage. The vitamin or the fat soluble vitamin are stored in liver, whereas water soluble vitamins are not stored, whereas the exception again vitamin B12 is stored. Now the excretion, the fat soluble are not excreted and the water soluble are excreted. Deficiency, it is manifested only when they are depleted, whereas it occurs rapidly because they are not stored. So it shows very rapid deficiency symptoms. Whereas in case of fat soluble, we have certain amounts stored in the liver, therefore the deficiency is shown only when the fat soluble vitamins are depleted, like not even stored. The stored one is also used out, so that is when we see the manifestation of the deficiency. Now the toxicity, here occurs the hypervitaminosis, vitaminosis. So that is when you take excess of vitamins, it causes hypervitaminosis, and here excess is excreted. Now as we have seen, it is excreted, it is not. So when it is not excreted, it causes toxicity, but when it is excreted, you don't have any toxicity seen. Now treatment, the single large doses may prevent deficiencies, whereas here the regular supply is needed. So now when we know the single large dose when we give of fat soluble vitamins, the deficiencies are overcome, whereas in case of water soluble it is not. So we need to give regular supply to cut down the deficiencies that is being faced. So this is the treatment. Now moving on, vitamins that are synthesized by the bacteria are vitamin K, B2, B5 and B7. Now when we talk of history of vitamins, the Hopkins named vitamins as accessory factors or term because they were essential nutrients that were present and needed in diet. And when we talk of Funk, he named vitamins as vitamine. So that is vital amines. Where later it was discarded because not all the vitamins are amines, right? So this is the two things that you need to know about Hopkins and Funk about the history of vitamins. Now coming on to the classification of vitamins, as I said, vitamins are divided into two forms, that is fat soluble and water soluble. When you talk of fat soluble, we have A, D, E and K. When you talk of water soluble, we have two divisions, that is non-B complex and B complex. In non-B complex, it is obvious we have vitamin C, and in B complex we have another two criteria, that is energy releasing vitamins and the hematopoietic vitamins. Now in energy releasing vitamins we have B1, B2, B3, B6, B7 and B5. So these are 6 vitamins that we have in energy releasing vitamins, and the hematopoietic vitamins are B9 and B12. Now naming them, B1 is thiamine, B2 is riboflavin, B3 is niacin, B5 is pantothenic acid, B6 is pyridoxine, and B7 is biotin. Talking about the hematopoietic, B9 is folic acid and B12 is cyanocobalamin. Now, as you know, vitamins are fat soluble and water soluble. So, fat soluble vitamins are made from isoprenoid compounds made up of 5 carbons. So, this is the isoprenoid compound isoprene, from which the fat soluble vitamins are derived. Whereas the water soluble vitamins are all acting as coenzymes. Now, how they are different? Here I have written the fat soluble vitamins have the same structure but different function. Whereas in water soluble we have different structure but same function. So here when I talk of same function, I'm talking about this. That is it, all the water soluble vitamins act as coenzyme. Now we have an exception again. Here vitamin K. Vitamin K also acts as coenzyme, being a fat soluble vitamin. It shows the water soluble vitamins characters. So this is one of the exceptions that you need to remember. Now, when you talk of fat soluble, the excess consumption leads to accumulation and toxic effects, mainly due to vitamin A and D. Now, looking closely to the water soluble part, right? So, the common reasons that vitamin deficiencies is number of overlapping symptoms. That means more than one symptoms are there which causes the deficiency of this vitamin. Now, common symptom deficiencies of one or more vitamin included in energy metabolism. So, energy metabolism we have B1, B2, B3, B5, B6 and B7 vitamin. So, all these vitamins include common symptoms like dermatitis, glossitis, mental retardedness or mental confusion, diarrhea, depression, cheilitis. So this is all about the water soluble vitamins. Now one major thing that you need to remember is B1, B6 and B12 deficiency is closely associated with neurological manifestation. So this is it. Now when I talk that there are some deficiencies which are caused by vitamins. So what are the reasons of these deficiencies? So there are 5 reasons that are listed here. Number 1 is reduced intake. Whenever you reduce your intake of the vitamins, it causes deficiency. Number 2 is increased in requirements. When the requirements are increased and body is not able to, the diet is not able to fulfill those requirements, it causes deficiency. Number 3, increase in losses. So whenever you have consumed the vitamin and it is getting lost in form of excreted or any form of loss can be causing deficiency of vitamins. Then impaired absorption. There is some problem in absorbing those vitamins, so that is also one of the deficiency reasons. Then impaired metabolism. Metabolism function is not working properly, so that is when you cause vitamin deficiency because they are not being able to metabolize properly. Now we have one term called vitamins. So these are chemically similar substances that possess qualitatively similar vitamin activity. So these are basically the forms of the vitamin which are very active or which perform very quality functions such as the vitamin itself. So like retinol and retinoic acid as we have for vitamin A. So there are different forms for different vitamins which are there because they are similar to the vitamin activity qualitatively. So this is all about the introduction to vitamins. In the next lecture, we'll deal with the vitamin A.